I'm out of gas. Why is this game so creepily quiet when you start out a video? Let's run out of gas. Alright, now we're making noise. Okay, so if you remember the last video, we were scrounging for pennies was the title of that video. And I don't really remember where I left this game at. We're going to have to go explore. There's one big thing I need to show you. The scrounging for pennies video. I started doing a lot of building, and then I realized I just need to go straight for money so I can do the things I want, because collecting eggs and raising chickens just wasn't cutting it to scrounge for pennies. So I found a video online where I could find the oil rig sites, and I created this. So I decided to just start the oil rig company, and now I don't have to worry about money no more. So I'll show you where I'm at on the map. So my oil rig is down here, and then obviously I'll show you how to get to that one up there. I didn't realize it tells you how full it is when you hover over it in the map. So let's go check out my other oil rig. Boom. So my oil rig production, the oil production started out pretty slow. I don't think I even had 2 barrels. I was running back between the spots with my 1 barrel to collect oil and make some money. When we get to the store, I'll show you how much money I made and how much difference it makes to actually have money in this game. I just thought I'd come over here and show you how much money I've made with the oil. I've been wanting to buy something else, just to splurge on something. As you can see, I've got $14,000. So I ended the last video with less than $1,000, and I kept putting off buying things because I just didn't have the money. And well, now I don't have to worry about money. So that's just all from oil production. I ended up buying some other stuff to help my oil collecting practices, so I don't have to run back and forth with 1 barrel anymore. But I'll show you that when we get over to the ranch. Let's see if we can find something to buy here. What are these trailers? Yeah, you know what? I've been wanting to try out this lawnmower. Let's buy that. That'll give us something to buy for this episode and show off. It kind of becomes a cheat code when you get the oil rig going, because you just have so much money that it just doesn't seem fair anymore. Am I going to be able to get this thing up there? I guess we'll find out. 4 should be enough, right? And I said I wasn't going to record in the dark anymore, but here I am. Oh, it's 4. Do this. Yeah, let's try that. Boom! How do we, let's see if there's a tarping option, or... Oh, crap, I forgot how I'm going to get this home. What did I spend, like $32 for each of those bundles of wood just to get that thing in there? Ugh. And as you can see, I had to go home anyway because it was so dark I couldn't see anything. What the fudge? Alright, so now we're coming back into camp. You'll be able to see what else I bought to support my oil industry. Nice little pickup truck, no options, just bought it like it was. I don't remember why I have wood stacked here, but barrels galore to support the oil industry. And I was leaving these oil barrels out at the oil pump sites, leaving like 2 there, and then I would have to go pick up the barrels and take them to the store, and I decided enough of that. I just keep them here on the trailer now, and I'll just drive to the oil site, fill them up, take them to the store, and then drop the trailer off back here. That way it's less lifting. I can just drive up to the oil pump, hop up on the trailer, grab this, and fill it up from the trailer. It's so much easier. So I'll show you how that's done a little bit later. But I bought the truck and trailer. I bought this little log trailer. I haven't used it yet. It's like the last thing I bought before I stopped playing the last time. So I haven't even gotten to use it once. I did have some catastrophe with the ranch. I planted some grapes along here. I did plant a couple extras I planted this all with grapes. I did one harvest, so I made my money. And then when I started rewatering the second grow, I got distracted and was logging and doing other things, and I forgot to water them, so they all died. So I've given up on gardening for now because I just keep killing everything I plant. Same goes for the chickens. I did have a couple chickens get killed or whatever the last time we played. And so I just decided chickens aren't worth it. I don't need the money right now, so I'll wait until I have the time to devote. I just learned that opens too. I didn't realize that was a thing, and I put this feeder in the wrong place. But I've decided to forego growing chickens until I can focus on growing animals. Right now they're just a hassle, and I don't need that hassle. So these double gates weren't here before. So as you can see now, I've got these up, set up for livestock. And then I can grow the pens however big I want them to be in the future. So that's that. I stacked these logs up here just so it gives me an easier chance to jump in. I'm going to do the same thing over there, but set away from the fence so I can just run and jump out. This way I can run and jump in, and the chickens can't get out because they can't jump that far. What else? I moved my houses. I put some houses in perspective spots just to see what it looks like. I was thinking with my road that curves in here to the left, it might be nice just to have a house sitting here. Like this was the first house we ever built on the ranch. That way it's kind of close to the little garages and, storage buildings and stuff like that. I could say this is my first house I built on the property. And then I could say I moved to a bigger ranch back there, and then I'll have the big house way back there like we talked about in the first video. So I'm still living with the idea of these houses and this placements, but we'll figure that out when I do a video where I build a bigger house. There is a possibility of making a custom house. I don't know if I want to tackle that big of a project because I haven't played with it at all, but I'll make a decision about whether I want to build a big custom house, and then I'll share that with you guys when the time comes. But for now, I'm kind of liking the idea of a house right here. I just might not do it on an angle. I might just set it here, but like squared with this one, but not even, maybe set back a little bit. The last time we did a video, this little perspective path was lined with logs. I decided to see what it would look like with a fence, a homemade fence. So I put these log racks up here, filled them with logs, just to see what it would look like as like a barrier / fence coming in here. So you'll see it's kind of taken shape. I've got these other perspective log holders already put in place to see what they look like. I think I might go with that for now, but we'll see. I don't really know. I might leave this one out. I haven't decided yet. What I did on this side was, since this is where my barn is going to go and I need to have access to... I was holding up my hand like I was pointing. I need to be able to have access to the barn when you drive in here and turn right to go into the barn. And the way I have these trees spaced out with the log racks, I needed to leave a space for trucks to pull in. So I've been playing with where I want... I don't think I want to have trees be the barrier for this opening. I want it to be log racks so that theoretically you could move them in real practice. If you needed to move something big in, you wouldn't want to have to like cut down a tree to move a big thing in, but you could move the log racks temporarily to get a big piece of equipment in there or do some maintenance or something like that. So pull into the right here. As you can see, this is where my barn is going to be. I built some fences over here to see what it would look like with the fence in the front of the property, going all the way over there. I did find out that there's a way of raising these fences. So if I don't want it to go into the ground, you use the Q and E buttons on the... Yeah, see, that goes up as high as it'll go then. And I can place it there. So let's do that. How did I do that? It snapped and I missed it. There it goes. And then Q, it's E to raise it. So I learned that after I originally placed that first fence, and I wanted to come back and do it that way. I've relocated this. I didn't build this yet because I want to live with it first. I wanted this barn to be parallel with the fence, like the back wall of the barn to be parallel with the fence. But I wanted it to be set far enough away where I could maybe use this as grazing area or pig area or something. I don't know exactly how these barn doors work and stuff, so that's why I put these blue buildings up first, just so I can live with it for a little bit. Front, there's the back. So I can live with it for a little bit and then decide whether I want to build it or not. I'm trying to figure out how I can do this where it will be even. Trying to decide where the center of the fence is. I can go stand over there. Okay. I'll line it with the top of the fence. And then we'll see how it looks. It's a little farther away than I wanted it, but that's fine too. And it should be. It looks good from that side. I think maybe it's just the angle of the way you stand that makes it look a little cockeyed, but I'm really trying to plan things out so I don't have to rebuild things once I build them. Unless it's something small like a log rack. I don't mind tearing those down. So I'll live with that for a little bit, see what it looks like. I was tired of living in the tent, so I built a bed in here to sleep in. I figured that would be more comfortable, even though it's not completely dry and protected from the elements. I did try to rebuild these walls and floors and stuff, and I couldn't figure out a way of doing it. I don't know, maybe there's a mod or something since I play on PC, but right now I'm just using it as a bed. It's better. It's some protection from the elements with giving me more space. I just haven't made it nice yet. I started planting some trees along the front road to line it. And then obviously I got this perspective fence out here, trying to figure out how to, make it go around the sign. I put a fence over here. This blue fence is as far out on the property as I can build. Like, it won't let me build like 1 foot farther away. And this appears from what I can tell to be the property line. So if you look, I was trying to figure out how to build a fence here, but it's just not going to work with the field being there. So I'll probably start the fence over there in the woods and then run it along the back edge of these fields. So the fields will actually be outside the fence, but that's only because I can't completely put them inside the fence. So I'm not going to put any of it inside the fence. So that is it. That's what I've done since the last time you guys were here. I will probably go work on now that I've got the oil platform set up. You're limited to 2 in the game. I found both sites. I've got them both set up for oil production. And I just won't have any problems anymore with being able to have money. So